Well. Hello there. Welcome back. And if you're new, what's up? Today's video is geared towards pursuing the arts. When taking notes for this video, actually, I started to create kind of a poem-ish. So I will read it to you right now. Okay. So you're thinking of pursuing... No, that's not how it starts. Excuse me. So you're thinking of studying the arts. Now, don't hesitate. Give it a taste. If this is what makes your heart sing, try your hand at everything. See what suits you best. You've got to go for it. And see how long it lasts. If you never want to stop, then give it all you got. If you figure it's not for you, then go ahead and try something new. That was my advice to you in like 2 minutes. So if you don't want to watch anymore, you can stop there and interpret it as you please. But I encourage you to please watch till the end of the video. Thank you. I actually got this idea of talking about applying for an arts major because the high school that I came from doesn't really nourish artistic creativity in the way that other schools probably do. So I'm here to give some advice to people who are like, but I'm not sure, I don't think I'll fit in, or I don't think I should do it. If you like to do art, whether that's like painting, drawing, digital art, design, singing, acting, please go for it. Please try. I don't think I'd be in the position that I am right now if I didn't believe that I could, one, learn, and two, have, like, if I didn't believe I had the ability to actually, like, do the thing that I wanted to do. I feel like tip number 1 would be to believe in yourself. I know that's like super cliche, but literally have confidence in yourself. Even if like nobody else understands your art or nobody else understands, like, but why would you pursue that? If it makes you happy, do it. Tip number 2, try to build your portfolio. If you know what you like to do, like if it's like photography and you don't and you don't like draw or sing or do anything else, try to build your portfolio of your photography. If you're like me and you like to like write and do photography and like draw and paint, show that range of skills. 1, building your portfolio or some sort of portfolio, something that represents you artistically. I feel like starting that now, if you're in high school, especially if you're a junior in high school, you've got plenty of time to start building your portfolio. I highly encourage that. I know junior year is like the weirdest, most stressful time, but if you're dedicated and you actually want to pursue this path, try keeping like a folder on your computer of like images of things you write or take pictures of or create. Just keep a folder, document everything that you make, everything that you do as an artist. Number 3, find people that support you. I'm serious. And also people who have like your best interests, because there'll be people who there will be people who will support you but like don't understand what you're doing. Get motivators like that too. They would like motivate you to keep going, but also like surround yourself with people who can help you on your journey, like mentors, peers who are pursuing the same thing. Try to get into like after school programs that can help nourish and guide your pursuits and interests. Like, I know to help me out, I had to venture out of my school and find programs that fueled my creativity and taught me how to utilize my skills. There are plenty of programs available for that, for free, get scholarships for them. If it's like paid, try to find scholarships or programs that help you pay for that. But a lot of things are free, and especially now online, a lot of things are free. It's gonna sound weird, but there's a lot of people on TikTok sharing their craft, and they have great tips. So if you're on that phone, if you have TikTok still, try to follow people who do art that you like and want to do also. I find it very helpful. The internet is free, y'all. Like, use your resources and find skills that you like to improve on. So 3 and 4, I guess, find motivation and increase your knowledge and build your skills. Juniors and seniors in high school, applying for an artistic major, whether that be like instruments or singing, anything that has to do with an audition or portfolio or interview. Build it now. Practice now. Have rough drafts. If you're a writer, or if you write poetry, have rough drafts, have final drafts. If you're a photographer, have your original picture, have your edited picture. If you do if you do technical theater, have like your plans and then have how it's actually staged. I didn't have that, so I had to really finesse my way through the interviewing system. I'm back. Rudely interrupted by my phone not having enough storage, but we're here. I think I was on tip number 4, and I was talking about how I finessed my way into an arts program. Not in like a bad way, like I didn't fake my way in here. I had stuff, I had a portfolio, I did interviews and everything. But by finesse, I mean just compiling different things, trying to accentuate different skills that I thought that I had. The skills I was most confident in, probably not even skills, just things that I did that I was very proud of, and I wasn't like self-conscious of showing. Like, I was like, okay, they can see this, that's fine. So if you're like me, and you're like, but I don't think I'm that good at anything, present the things you're most proud of. Yourself. No one else has to like it. No one else has to give to, but you have to like it. That's what matters, okay? So just tip 4 is find programs and resources that can help you harness the skills that you want to improve or that you want to explore. Tip 4 is really all about exploration, exploring your different creative sides, okay? Tip number 5, and now I'm organized now. Tip number 5, organize your portfolio and interviews. Now, if you stumbled upon this video and you're not in high school, this point is really for high school juniors, some seniors, because the seniors will be applying to the schools, but juniors, listen. Each school has a different requirement. Obviously, you probably know this, but please, for the love of everything good, keep track of the requirements for each school. Also, just it could be a little confusing navigating different portals and everything with a regular application and artistic application. Just make sure you're submitting your stuff to the right place and don't do what I did. That's another story, but keep everything organized. It's very simple to have on your laptop folders for each of the schools and each thing that's supposed to go for each school. Simple, not that hard. Take a weekend and organize your life. It helps. But have your interview requirements ready. Like if you need to bring something, a physical portfolio, something they need to see in person, have that ready. Don't be like me and write something like the weekend before your interview that you need to bring in the day of, and then have the person next to you have a binder fully prepared with all their stuff. Don't be me. Don't have a singular piece of paper. Be the other person with the whole binder, okay? Okay. Maybe if you're not that extreme, don't do that, but just be prepared, okay? Okay. Number 6, research the courses that are offered at the schools you're interested in. If you're looking at schools for the arts, there are so many classes offered in the arts. And depending on the program, you might not like the required classes, or you might think, but this isn't relevant to what I want to do. It's good to research that now, so that way you're not applying to a program where you're going to be miserable learning something you don't want to learn. For instance, I looked at multiple times, I looked at the courses for the program that I'm in and just made sure in my head, do I want to learn all of this to do what I want to do? And if the answer was yes, I applied. If the answer was, I like these two, but not the rest, or I think I don't need to learn the rest, did I apply? No. It depends. If later on, if it's a prerequisite for something you want to study in the future, I say go do it. Look, this is how deep I went with my research, and I encourage going this deep with your research. But if you want to pursue higher education and go for like a master's, try to see what the prereqs for the master's is. Because sometimes the concentrations that you pick for your master's requires a prereq in your undergrad. So thoroughly do your research. especially in junior year. Seniors, if you're watching this, if you're a senior and you're watching this, and you haven't done that depth of a research and you're trying to go into an artistic field, start now. Start now. Start now. If you've already applied, it's still good to start now, because if you get accepted to that school, you can always change your mind later. But it's good to know now, as soon as possible, so that you know your options. Also, side tip in the research department: have a game plan if things go south from the way you thought it was going to be. So let's say, or if you change your mind. So let's say you want to study painting and you're accepted to the school, yay, and you get in and you're like, I like this aspect, but not really this aspect. I also kind of like education, arts education. I know some people who are doing that. There's really research your options, what they offer students, because once you're at a school, there's more opportunity for you. Okay. Tip number 7. This really helped me build the confidence I needed throughout this process of, do I want to pursue the arts? In middle school, applying to high schools, there were specialized arts high schools that people were like, oh, you should try it. But the mindset I had was that it was too competitive to get in. Do not have that mindset when applying to college, please. Please, I beg you. It's very bad for your self-confidence. Have confidence in the skills that you have, and then be willing to learn. That, please have that as a core value when going into any interviews. If they ask you, why do you want to be in this program? If for no other reason than you want to learn, that is a perfect reason to apply to any program. And if you happen to be watching this and you're not applying to an arts program, whatever program you're applying to ever, and this doesn't even have to be with education. This could also be for an internship. You value learning. Learning. It's great. That's kind of how I got here today. In the university I go to, for my interview for this program, I was like, I want to learn. And the person interviewing me was like, yes. And I was just like, it was an epiphany. It was an amazing moment. And if the interviewer takes no interest or attention in your enthusiasm for your willingness to learn, that might not be the program for you. You might you want to feel a sense of connection and understanding when in your interviews. So if they value learning as much as you do, it's a pretty good chance you might get the spot. They want to see enthusiastic students, people who are ready to go, okay? So want to learn. It'll help with your confidence. If you're not the best at blank, insert artistic field here, then your willingness to learn, I feel like, is more valuable than the skills you already have or may not have. Number 8. Okay, high school seniors, getting in. I don't believe people should have expectations at all, period. Cause I didn't, and I ended up in a place where I didn't think I could get into. So I feel like another confidence booster would be to not have expectations as to where you might end up. Even if you think, man, that interview was really good, or damn, that portfolio, immaculate. Like, I set that up real nice. Don't expect to get in. You can think you did really well, but so could the next person, and so could the next person. Just because, and this is general advice also, but for a person going into an artistic field of study, it might feel like you're not good enough or you don't have enough skills, but that's not it. And if that is it, then that is shameful on part of the university. But for the most part, it has nothing to do with your skill, but it has everything to do with space. And depending on the application pool, you just might not be picked. They might just fill up before they get to you. It's just how it goes sometimes, but don't expect to get in or not to get in anywhere. Don't be like, damn, that really sucked. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Because yet here I am, a prime example of not thinking I'm gonna get into a certain school, but I made it. By luck, by sheer chance. I don't know. I really should find out. But, the joy of not knowing means that was something that I provided that was valuable. It probably was my willingness to learn. That's highly valuable in education. People who want to educate want to see you grow. They want you to succeed. None of your interviewers or people who run your auditions, they don't want you to fail. Trust me, please, when I tell you that no one wants to see you fail. Okay? So, expectations, let them fly away, okay? Just be surprised by the process. Good or bad, but, life goes on. Speaking of going on, number 9, I kind of mentioned this already, but don't think of it as a competition. That'll just hurt you mentally in the long run throughout the process. If you think of getting into the arts as a competition, that's just a very unhealthy mindset to be in. When you're pursuing it and when you're in the midst of it, if you think you're competing with your peer, that's bad for both you and them. It's not a great mindset to be in at any point for anything. Life's not a competition all the time. The arts, collaboration is very important in the arts. As I am learning more and more, because before I solo all the way, and I would think of it as competing with the next person. Oh, they're better than me, I have to be like them to get better than them. Or they know this skill, I need to learn this skill too so I can beat them at their own game. No. It's an individual thing, but then when it comes to working with others, it's not a competition. People think of applying to college as a competition. You need to compete with others who are applying for the same spot. I feel like you shouldn't think that way. And it'll make applying to college, first of all, and then to other programs less stressful. Because in a competition, you're like eager to win. But then don't turn into a sore loser if you lose, per se. It's not losing or winning. It's just that wasn't for you. There's other opportunities, okay? Final point to end the video. Be true to yourself and don't lose your values. Just a short story about one of the requirements I had to do. For one of the schools, I think it was directing, they wanted me to present a monologue as if I was an actor. I'm not an actor. I understand a director needs to know what an actor does in order to actually direct. But I don't, if I'm trying to learn how to do that, seeing if I could play around with a monologue is very detrimental to my chances of being accepted, because then they'd be judging me on whether or not I can take their direction. It defeats the purpose of learning, and I didn't like that. So what I did when the interview date came is I didn't go, because I valued like learning and my skill set more than wanting to impress my interviewer to get into a school that I guess expected me to know stuff already instead of wanting to teach me how to do it. So things like that. If what they're expecting of you doesn't meet values you currently have now of what you are able to do and what you want to do, I say don't go for it. But definitely go for as many things as you can. That decision that I made to not go to the interview was super last minute. I had to really think to myself, hey, maybe this isn't the path I wanted to go on. Just there'll be moments when you're like, is this really what I want to do? And I feel that a lot. Especially taking all the classes. Like, the classes have been very exploratory for me. Some people know what they want to concentrate on next semester or even next year, but I'm still kind of, wishy-washy in between. And I want to make sure I'm true to what I want to become. So if even the application process doesn't align with your goals, don't stress too much about it. Don't spend so much time on it. Honestly, don't stress yourself over something that doesn't match with you, because in the end it's not worth it. That is the end. Alrighty. If you enjoyed today's video, if you were inspired in any way, if I relieved some of your stresses, if I maybe added some stresses, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments. If you are building a portfolio, if you have an Instagram, art Instagram, just your personal Instagram that you do art on, comment it down below. I'll be following some people. And be sure to follow me as well, okay? Good luck on your artistic endeavors, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.